Emoji, a digital image used to express an idea or emotion. But words fail us, and David Pogue has proof.
Most of our communication online is typed. Emails, text messages, Facebook, Twitter. But typing has no facial expressions, no tone of voice, no nuance. So maybe it was inevitable that somebody would invent emoji, tiny, typable pictures, faces, things, animals, flags, and symbols. These days, we type 10 billion emoji a day into our online communications. As I understand it, you are in charge of all the emoji on every Android phone, every Google device. It's you.
I do dabble.
Because by that calculation, that makes you one of the most viewed artists alive.
Too much pressure. Too much pressure.
I love our saxophone.
Jennifer Daniel is the creative director of Emoji at Google. She and her team have drawn all 3,000 of Google's emoji.
Let's get the eyebrows so it can be a little bit more original here.
Oh, you're actually drawing an emoji.
Yeah, there you go.
This is where it happens, people. Well, technically, she's drawing Google's version of an emoji. Each tech company has its own artistic style. How would you characterize them? What's Google's?
Well, we're cute. I would say cute and simple. Apple tends to be more realistic. Microsoft is flat, very flat. They have this big black outline around them. Twitter is great. It's really simple, much more simple than Google's actually.
But not as simple as the 176 original symbols that began on Japanese cell phones in 1999. Emoji is a Japanese word, in fact, although it doesn't mean emotion.
It means picture writing, roughly.
Mark Davis is the president of the nonprofit Unicode Consortium, a team of representatives from the big tech companies like Apple, Google, Facebook, and Amazon. He co-founded the group 30 years ago to eliminate a technical Tower of Babel problem, symbols typed on one kind of computer showing up wrong when sent to another one. In 2006, the consortium became the keepers of emoji too, and the sole judges of which new symbols to add each year.
What we decided to do is open up the process so that anybody could file a proposal.
The public?
Yeah, you.
That's right. Anyone can propose a new symbol. Now, the consortium gets thousands of proposals, and it accepts only about 70 a year. So keep a few rules in mind.
We exclude deities, we exclude logos. Give us some information to justify that it's likely to be reasonably popular.
Are there any good stories of some citizen who had an idea and now that's an actual emoji?
Sure. One of my favorites is the hijab emoji.
I was texting among my friends, and we were creating a group chat name for one another with different emojis as how we looked like, and I couldn't find the hijab emoji, so I went around it by adding a turban emoji and, the normal girl emoji with an arrow in between to somehow create a semblance of the hijab.
Rayouf Alumedi was only 15 when she discovered that the existing emoji didn't include the hijab, the head covering worn by 500 million Muslim women around the world.
I spent around 3 to 4 days in my room, curating the perfect proposal for the folks at Unicode Consortium, while my parents thought I was typing away a lab report or something.
The consortium accepted her proposal, and the hijab is now available on every smartphone and computer. Is there such thing as pushback, controversy?
Oh, people hate emoji. Of course they do. I mean, come on. Go on the internet, everyone's angry about something.
There was, for example, the great hamburger scandal of 2017, in which it was discovered that Google had drawn the cheese under the meat. Or the bagel crisis of 2018, when Apple released a rough draft of a bagel, untoasted and without cream cheese.
It was like no one had been to New York before. It was ridiculous.
The companies quickly debugged those emoji as they would any other software glitch. Well, has anyone ever been angry about something that you did?
Probably the gender inclusive work has really ruffled some feathers. This year.
Ah, yes, the gender inclusive work. The original human emoji were all yellow, like Simpsons cartoons. Starting in 2015, the consortium added 5 skin tone options. But even then, as late as 2015, the only worker options represented by women were princess, bride, dancer, or bunny.
And I noticed that it was reinforcing stereotypes. That's when I kicked off an initiative to fix it.
In 2016, the consortium created male and female versions of every human emoji, and, more recently, gender-neutral versions. But Mark Davis thinks there's a limit to how representative emojis can get. Is there a grand plan for the future of emoji? I've heard it kicked around that someday we'll be able to make ones that look just like us.
Yes, and that's not going to happen.
For her part, Jennifer Daniel herself created 2 new emoji in 2020, Smile with Tear and People Hugging. There weren't 2 people hugging until 2020?
Not in your keyboard.
People hugging wasn't a slam dunk, however. There already was an emoji known as Hugging Face.
It's creepy emoji. It's like this big old smile with these 2 little jazz hands, and it's like,
Oh,
looks
that's
like,
supposed to be hugging?
well,
I thought it was jazz hands.
but no one wants to say, like, I'm so sorry for your loss. What is it? That would be terrible.
I had no idea that was even supposed to be hugging.
It isn't anymore.